Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. Going to have a look at weather the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. Day 10 will take us to the 3rd of February, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that. Yesterday's GFS and ECM ensembles, because they runs around a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and that will get us well into the middle part of February. Of course, I should get on with you in a moment. Just say at first, video was our 6 AM upload, so please check out that video if you'd like to. And please like, share, subscribe on the vid. So thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Right, going to start off with the Arctic Oscillation observed and forecast. So the AO observed forecast, of course, is just an index. The AO is just an index that's reflecting atmospheric state, not driving anything in its own terms, just tells us what the atmosphere is doing. When the AO is in its positive phase, we've got low pressure over the Arctic and over the North Pole. When the AO is in its negative phase, we've got high pressure blocking over the Arctic and the North Pole. And blocking is the route getting cold air out of the Arctic and down into the mid-latitude, a lot of the time, anyway. Right, so black line shows that I've been with the AO, red line shows where GFS ensembles forecasting the Arctic Oscillation to go. You can see that at the moment, and since really New Year or early January, the Arctic Oscillation has been in its positive phase, and the AO remains in its positive phase as well. GFS ensembles are forecasting the Arctic Oscillation will stay positive right the way through to the beginning of February. There are a few outlier members here in early February that sort of dip the AO negative. They're outliers, so the majority of the GFS ensembles are keeping the Arctic Oscillation in positive territory. So this is an ongoing signal. Western and Northern Europe, anyway, it's an ongoing signal for relatively mild weather. In terms of the North Atlantic Oscillation, it looks like this. So again, we're just measuring air pressures with this, not driving anything. So time just tells what the atmosphere is doing. Again, we're measuring air pressure between Iceland and the Azores. When the NAO is positive, then we've got low pressure on Iceland and high pressure through the Azores, and it's the other way around for a negative NAO. Currently, the NAO is in its positive phase, just here. Not strong positive, only weak positive, but the GFS ensembles are forecasting that the NAO will go into an even stronger positive phase as we go into February. So this is very much a signal for westerlies. The AO and the NAO both being in their positive phases, very, very much a signal for westerlies and for zonality. And, you know, relatively mild conditions as well, although within that you can get some cold snaps, may get one of those like end of January, start of February. But overall, a signal for westerlies to continue as the AO and the NAO both stay in their positive phases. No sign of a fundamental pattern change at this point. Sanctuary temperature is holding steady at 5.0. That is 1.3 degrees above the 619 average provisional to the 23rd of January. Well, in reality, we're probably already in the fourth, because there will be a downwards correction, probably quite a largish downwards correction, I would have thought, this month, as it has been quite a frosty month. When you have frosty months, you do tend to get a large downwards correction. So in reality, we could be around 4.7, maybe a little bit under that, I'm not sure. But certainly I think in reality, once we take into account downwards corrections, we're probably under 5 degrees. So milder than average, but not excessively so. GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles next couple of weeks. So looking like this, the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're above average at the moment, but inversion is taking place. So it is actually quite cold across England and Wales today and tomorrow. We're going to a more unsettled phase and rather milder as well as getting to the end of the week. And then early next week, there is a bit of a cold snap that has appeared, as I say, from around the 30th of January to the 1st or 2nd of February. There's like a couple of day cold snap appearing within there. And one of these ensembles are getting quite cold, actually, going down to as low as minus 10, 850 kHb. It is only a cold snap. And then after that, we see the upper air temperatures recovering back up to average, potentially going quite mild. We have got these colder outlier members just here through the first week of February, so they can't be discounted. But there is a very quick recovery after that cold snap round turn of the month. There is a very quick recovery in the temperature from around the 3rd Feb on, and it does quickly get milder once again. So like a 1 or 2 day cold snap, and then that's gone. Really, 2 meter temperatures look like this. So starting off quite cold with the surface temperatures at the moment. It does go a bit milder there, and then we get that cold snap around the turn of the month, and then holding steady close to or a little bit above average. In terms of sea level pressure, look like that a little bit of a drop in pressure is on the way. We're starting off between around 1,030, 1,040 millibars. We go down to around 1,020 millibars. As we go around the turn of the month. So that's a little cold snap, and then holding steady after that. And then in terms of snow, so again, we might get a little bit of snow with this cold snap around 1st of February. There could be some winteriness, more particularly as it comes from the north, will be like a northerly blast, so as it comes from the north, that will be more particularly for northern areas. But even down for London, there are some, a cluster of snow spikes there around 1st of February, maybe a little bit more sometime late in the first week of February as well, because that is a very, very long way out. Temperature anomalies from the 24th of January to the 1st of February, a little bit milder than average. Precipitation anomalies from the 24th of January to the 1st of February, they're coming out drier than normal. Latest wind flow map from earth.nullschool.net shows that high pressure is well and truly in control of weather. And let's start having a look at some chart data next. This is the UK Met Euro, showing that we've got a cold front pushing across the country on Thursday. Could bring some rain even into the south and southeast. Then after that, high pressure re-establishes into south, turns things mainly dry. Northern and western areas will be a little bit on the wet and windy side. And then heading up to this time next week, we start to pull in something a bit colder from the north and from the northwest. This is 31st of January, last day of the month. We're bringing in something just a little bit colder from the north and from the northwest. Icon is looking like this, with high pressure itself and some low pressure up to the north on Thursday into the weekend. Quite mild with winds in from the west. But again, over the weekend, inside of next week, we just put in something a little bit cooler from the northwest. Not for long though. By midday on the 31st of January, we're already back into those mild westerlies once again. GFS midnight run, again looking pretty zonal on Thursday with high pressure just to our west and southwest, all flat and westerly into weekend as well, reasonably mild too. And then into the early part of next week, high pressure just pulls out farther to the west to allow something a little bit cooler or colder to move in from the north and the northwest. A big old northerly blast most parts of Europe. This trough of low pressure will take winter through many parts of Europe. There'll be heavy snow if this comes off. Even into like Germany and maybe even Low Countries could get some winter. Maybe even eastern France. We're just on the edges of it, but we do pull down the -10 Celsius isosphere, so we just get into that cold northerly. However, in reality, there is a good chance that that cold plunge, the trough of low pressure will be a little bit further east of this, and we'll miss out. I think in reality, way this winter's gone. But actually, the GFS midnight run does pull in that -10 Celsius isosphere, but it is only like a very, very brief cold snap around the turn of the month, and then all of the trough of low pressure and the cold air plunges into the southeast of Europe. Again, more snow for Greece, and the ridge of high pressure comes back into the UK and Ireland, so we go milder, but still quite dry by day 10. And then in the extended range, we just keep that area of high pressure close to the country right way through the first week of February, mainly dry. Back to Pamplona at the moment, really, mainly dry. Could be overnight frost and whatnot, but, still anticyclonic weather goes on till the very end, when it looks like we begin to re-establish a southwesterly. So now it's looking like the first week of February may be reasonably dry and just back to sort of frost and fog and that sort of thing. GFS 6Z, again, with winds in from the west and northwest as we go to weekend, high pressure close to the country as well. Early next week, the high pressure just pulls out enough into the Atlantic to have something a little bit cold to move in from the northwest. The winds do tilt just about into the north on the 1st of February. And again, most parts of Europe seeing a big old northerly plunge, taking, snow all the way down in towards the Mediterranean. We're just on the edge of it. We just get into it, though, from the 1st of February. But by the 2nd, already, the winds are backing into the west. So you can hardly even call it a toppler, really. Just like a 24-hour sort of thing, and then it's gone and the cold air is shoved over to the eastern, southeastern part of Europe again. And then with the 6 there, we go back into that idea of high pressure just sitting close to the country, south and east, trying to get a little bit more unsettled to the north and northwest, but overall staying pretty mild then through the first week of February. So a one-day cold snap, and then the rest of the time is just generally mild. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. Make sure to sub to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think about missing all of our videos. Thank you so much. Right, GM. We pull in a little bit of a northwesterly on Thursday. Where are we for tab? So let's have a look. So what I'm going to do here. Right. I'm going to start telling me it's over manually. Right, GM has that high pressure just about west-southwest Thursday through to Friday. Into the weekend, we go flat and zonal. There we go. Westerlies into the weekend, so reasonably mild then. Early next week, we've got that rather colder northwesterly setting up, so it turns a little bit colder early part of next week. Wind does get into the north with a GEM, so Monday, Tuesday next week, cold. Could be some snow showers in northern and east areas. Most parts of Europe looking very cold and wintry. It will only be a very brief affair, and then we're back into the west again with those winds by Tuesday, 2nd of February. That's how we're going to get to day 10. We're back into milder weather and reasonably dry at that point as well. The high pressure just not shifting from Spain and Biscay, not going far enough north and west. So any sort of northerly is just very brief, and then winds will go back into the west again. If we want a proper cold spell, proper pattern change, we've got to get this high pressure from Spain and Portugal and the Bay of Biscay. We've got to get that from there, and we've got to centre it around there. If we do that, if we pull that high pressure to bear, then we can start thinking about proper cold, extended cold weather. But until that happens, as long as we keep high pressure around Biscay and Spain and France, we will always see the wind go back into the west and southwest very, very quickly. That is the positive NAO, everyone. That's the positive NAO. This is how the ECM is looking again. So once more, we find that we have high pressure close to the country into the weekend. A little bit more unsettled from northern areas, mainly dry south. It will be mild. Bit of a northwesterly, very, very fleeting with the ECM, but a bit of a northwesterly for Monday. Already by the 1st of February, the ECM is pulling in the westerlies, though. So not even that 24-hour cold snap with the ECM. The ECM really has been the Grinch model over recent weeks for cold weather, and still it goes on. So there's not even enough there to say that we get a cold snap for 24 hours from the ECM. It's just generally mild all the way through. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tometeo.com. Not much going on. Going to be lots of high pressure until around the last day of the month, and then we bring wet weather in across the country and a little bit of hail snow over northern England. Very brief northwesterly with some wintry showers in the north and the west. That's very quickly gone though, and by daytime we're mainly dry. A little bit of patch change for northwest Scotland, otherwise pretty mild. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 3rd of February. So 16 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north. Bit more unsettled for northern areas. All places will be mild. 14 with high pressure just over country, mainly dry with that one. 11 with high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north, mainly dry, and the mildest weather, driest weather will be in southern areas. And then 10 options have some high pressure to the south, again low pressure to the north. Fundamentally, it all looks very Atlantic driven and therefore reasonably mild at day 10. The only question is whether the high pressure is closer to the south to give frost and fog, and that would be most likely on this scenario. Just here, those 14. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. So this will get us to the 8th of February, 26 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure out to our west, high pressure building over and to the east of the country. That high pressure is trying to get up to Scandinavia. This is probably quite mild up to that point with winds in from the south. It's just whether we've got any warm, we might have got some warm air advection going on with that, and so promoting ridge over Scandinavia, just whether the wind would be able to get into the east or not, or whether we would keep the wind from like a southerly southwest direction. However, that is a little bit interesting. And then 25 looking as flat as pancake with high pressure to the south and low pressure to the north and winds in from the west. That's going to be very zonal. CFSV2, finally, so it's a 500 millibar height spring down to week periods. The first week period takes from 24th to 30th of January. The coming week again has lots of high pressure domination and will be pretty mild. All change though for week 2, 31st of January to the 6th of February, with low pressure then over and to the east of the country, bringing winds in quite a cool northwesterly direction. That might include like that little cold snap sometime around the 31st of January and the 1st of February. It could do. Week 3 will be the 7th to the 13th of February, with a trough of low pressure slipping down the western side of Europe. High pressure pulled out into the Atlantic. That's going to be unsettled and potentially a little bit on the cold side, as we are on the chillier side of the jet stream. And then week 4 is going to be the 14th to the 20th of February, with low pressure to the north, high pressure to west-southwest, and winds remaining from a westerly direction. So mild and, mild and unsettled with that. Positive AO and NAO goes on. Right, if you enjoyed the video, please can you smash the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. Drop a comment and so about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, okay, we're done then with this video. So a little bit of a short one, but then again, it's not a huge amount to be talking about. But that's it anyway. We'll be back later on. No, we won't. We'll be back tomorrow. What am I talking about? We'll be back tomorrow with a 6 AM upload, and we'll have the ECMWF 30-day/42-day look out for the UK and the rest of Europe as well. And if that wasn't enough, there'll be a 10 to 14 day too. So please keep checking back to the channel for more. But for today's content, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.